It's your boy, Devupnext. Y'all now tapping into the Devupnext Channel. Hey, today I am being hosted on, what's it called? Entrepreneur Spotlight. Entrepreneur Spotlight. This woman that I used to work with at Amazon, she doing this thing where she's presenting, showcasing the entrepreneurs that she knows, that's in this area or that's following her on her Instagram, and just giving them that spotlight. She asking us different questions, just asking my really good questions. She ran me the question before we gonna start, and I'm excited. I'm very excited, because these are questions that I love when people ask me. So, hey, grab a seat, get your drinks, get your food, tap in. Cause y'all finna get a little mouthful for real. But hey, people that's trying to be an entrepreneur, that's trying to start a business, I highly recommend that you tap in for real. I'm finna kind of tap into my process of becoming the entrepreneur that I am, and how I started and how I got to the point that I am now. So if you hesitant on starting a brand, hesitant on starting a business, you don't know what to do, how to go about it, stay tuned. And this podcast might help you out. Hey, get right or get left.
I want to welcome you to the first Entres. So while we're waiting for him to join, I'm going to pull my questions up. I hope everyone's having a great Friday. I know we're going into a holiday weekend. At my regular 9 to 5, we're going to be going into our wellness week, so we'll be off all week to rest and recharge and just reset ourselves as we start this new month. Going into this last quarter of the year. So yeah, excited. All right, let's see, did it get, there we go. All right, this is my first time.
Hey.
Good afternoon, Devin.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm doing great. What about you?
That is good. That's good. So I am so excited.
Me too.
You're my first live entrepreneur for this series, and I am really thankful that you were willing to be a part of this. It's a new thing that I'm doing with my page, rebranding and being able to add value to those that I'm either following or are following me. So I'm excited to have you.
Thank you.
Do you want to start off by giving us a brief introduction of who you are, and then we'll dive into the questions?
Okay, great. So my name is Devin Davis, aka Dad the Don. Sometimes I don't even know where to start. So I have a clothing brand called Peerless Pressure. I'm a YouTuber, podcaster. You can find me on YouTube at Devupnext. I'm a fitness coach, photographer, videographer, model. I got some other stuff working as well, but you got to stay tuned and tap in to find out. But that's just a little quick, bio introduction about myself.
I love it. It sounds like you have a lot of amazing things going on for you personally and professionally. So let's just go ahead and dive right in.
Okay.
So the first question is going to be more along the lines of an introduction, so you can dig a little bit deeper into what you've already shared. So can you share a brief overview of your entrepreneurial journey and what led you to start your business or businesses? Because you have a few.
So I guess I can really say it started just by really walking in my path, doing what I love. When it comes to the clothing brand, I was always into fashion. Like even since I was little, my mama always dressed me up to a certain tier. Like she always tell me, you know, present yourself the same way that you want to be treated. So every day I always woke up, my clothes had to match. I'm not gonna come out the house wrinkled. Like I had to look good. So you know, one of my mottos for the brand is look good, feel good. So I'm a one-of-one person. I like to do my own thing. I like to dress myself. I like to be my own person. I don't want to be like nobody else. So starting a brand was something I always wanted to do. I wanted to wear my own clothes. So I had a couple people in my life. One of my bros, he really my cousin, but he like my first bro. He was finna start a clothing brand, and I was finna to help him out. But he was kind of dragging his feet with it, so it pushed me to go ahead and do my own. So I really, you know, hats off to my cousin Trey. He like one of my biggest mentors that I can just go to and talk to about anything that I need to further myself or self-develop myself. So I started the brand. I launched the brand at the beginning of 2022. I started the brand, like it came into existence the end of the summer of 2021. And just been, pushing ever since then. So, yeah.
Yeah, I remember you sharing about your brand with me at Amazon, and I was just immediately inspired. You're such an ambitious young man, and I just see really great things in your future. It's been amazing to like follow your story, your journey, and to see the things that you have on your plate and coming up and the modeling shows. So it's been really great. So thanks for giving us that brief introduction. But what inspired the idea behind the business Peerless Pressure, and how does it stand out in the market?
So, working my way up to Peerless Pressure, I was in the gym. I was listening to Eric Thomas, and he was talking about pressure, you know, and so I'm a noob. So we are diamonds, and to build a diamond, it takes extensive pressure, force and pressure. So like during my process, you know, of becoming a noob, you know, everything was under pressure. So I'm good at working under pressure. So I just kept hitting the word pressure. And I'm working now, I'm listening to Eric Thomas, you know, he kept pushing that word pressure. And at the time, I was following this Instagram page called Peerless Magazines. So I'm like, and they post dope outfits. It's just inspirational apparel. Like you go on there, you like, dang, it just open your mind to fashion. So
yeah,
I said, let me look up what this word peerless means. I looked up peerless, and peerless means unmatched, uncomparable, you know, one of one. It's like it can't be duplicated. So I'm like, that's me for sure. So I'm like, Peerless Pressure. So I run home. I asked my mom, I said, Mom, what you think about Peerless Pressure? And you know, at first, it didn't really sound as good as I thought it would. But hearing other people say, I'm like, it sounds kind of good. I ain't gonna lie. So that's the beginning of Peerless Pressure. And once it kept rolling off my tongue, and I was bringing it to my friends, like my close inner circle, and they was like, I like it. And then I brought more meaning behind it. And even to this day, I'm bringing more meaning behind it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think the meaning behind Peerless, and of course the word pressure in itself, it just speaks volumes, and it's very powerful. So do you happen to have anything that you could show us that's next to you, that's a part of your brand?
So I got a shirt on.
I think you have on one of your shirts.
Yeah. So I got one of my shirts on. Peerless Pressure.
That's nice. And I like that it has a rose on it.
Uh-huh.
So that is pretty fire.
It says hurt people, hurt people.
If interested in purchasing any of your products, is there a website on your Peerless Pressure page?
Yes. on my main page, on this main page, the link is in the bio, and then also in my page I have the link to my photography business, my fitness business, and the brand as well in the bio. So, and then everything in this bio will link to the website as well. So even the hat is Peerless Pressure. So the meaning behind the 3 zeros, one, I'm big on angel numbers. So I was like, nobody don't really do 000. And I feel like I'm big on 0 because you gotta start from day 0 before you start from day 1. And that's how it was with the brand. Day 1 with the brand was January 15th, 2022. But day 0 was back in the summer in 2021, before everything was even legitimized. You know, everything was legit until 2022 on day 1, but we don't think about the ground 0 day. So, and then as building the brand, the 00 ended up turning into 1 of 1. So I was like, and shouts out to my friend Jasmine, she had put that together for me. She was like, you got them 2 zeros or 2 O's, 1 of 1. And that's part of the meaning of the brand. So everything just kind of came together and just kind of made more sense. Yeah.
So thinking back, we're going to shift gears a little bit. So thinking back to when your brand first came to fruition in 2021, we want to kind of touch on a little bit of lessons learned. So what's one key lesson you've learned since starting your business that you'd like to pass on to an aspiring entrepreneur?
I would have to say, I feel like it starts with walking in your purpose. A lot of people want to start a business because, I can make money, and that's not the goal, because eventually you're gonna run out and you're going to fail. But a real entrepreneur knows that his failures are lessons. His L's are lessons to prepare him for the next test. Everything that has happened since the beginning of running this brand has been a learning lesson. But since this is something that I'm truly passionate about, this is something that I love to do, God has taught me patience. Like, nothing's not going to come on my time. Nothing's not going to work out how I always want to work out. But just by being patient enough, staying down, continue to educate myself, taking a step back, learning, observing, analyzing me and my clients, or my audience, or my customers, seeing what they want, seeing what they like. That's what's helping me get further, because there's always room to improve, and there's always something to learn more about. So you have to self-develop. You kind of get out your ways a little bit, and self-love, because you have to take care of yourself on this journey of being an entrepreneur, because you would quickly lose yourself, because it's going to be a lot of hard times, but you got to stay solid, and you got to have solid people around you to keep you on track and make sure you good as well. So I feel like building a foundation, like I'm still building a foundation to build a great brand. So yes.
I love it. Patience, surrounding yourself with good people, having a good circle, and just being grounded in who you are. That is super important and great advice. Yeah. So can you share a decision that you made that turned out to be a game changer for your business's growth?
I can say recently, it's a lot of different things. So recently, I've tapped back into, so my brand is turning into a luxury streetwear. So this was one of the times where I had to take a step back and like, okay, I'm not selling how I want to sell. let me stop, let me slow down. Let me analyze what I'm doing. Let me see where I'm lacking at. Did that, and now I'm kind of going back forward. And by doing that, I'm seeing the light. So now within the brand, I'm looking more into the marketing of it and the quality of the product. The better I prepare, the better I market and get the vision out there, the more people is attracted to the brand and they actually see it. Because some people, they can see it, but they don't see it. Like, you can look, you be like, oh, okay. But when I continuously put in your face, you're like, that's really nice, you know? So it's like really not letting your foot up off the gas and continue to build. So now I'm like, okay, I don't really want to sell nothing that's low in quality. So now I'm really having the mindset quality over quantity. At first, just building the foundation, I'm just trying to get the vision out. Like, get the vision out. Ooh, I like this, I'm finna do this. Ooh, I like that, I'm finna do it. Now it's like, okay, slow down. Make sure you doing what you need to do so you can be more successful in it. And also, I've gotten a much greater purpose, not only in my brand but in my life. Last year, I threw a birthday party. I threw a 25th birthday celebration. I still got this on my wall. It's Peerless Pressure Presents Winter Drop, and it was for my 25th celebration. And it was December 17th. My bro, he got murdered that night right here in my house. And ever since that day, God has gave me a much bigger purpose to live, because now I'm living for my brother, like, and he lives through me, and he gonna remind me every day through angel numbers. I see his birthday, which is December 12th, 12/12. I see 12/12 then almost every day. His favorite number is 2, so I see the time like 2/2 almost every day. And then I see other angel numbers as well, how I know my guardian angels and God is talking to me. But ever since he passed away, it brought me closer to God, and now I see life in a different lens. So which makes me see my brand, my vision, my people around me, my peers in a different lens. So now I'm able to be more intentional and purposeful with my decision and my movements in my business.
That's amazing. Thank you so for sharing that. And my apologies for the death of your friend. It's always really hard to have to deal with that, but sometimes through loss, it helps us to be able to grow. And thank you for sharing that, and how you have to make that mental shift when it comes to being able to grow in your business. A lot of times, and I've gotten this advice of how can I bring what I'm really good at in my career professionally into what I do on the side. So I really like that mindset that you have. So shifting gears again, because a lot of people don't like to think about this, but when you are a business owner, an entrepreneur, you're literally a one-man show, one-lady show, and you have to handle everything by yourself. So this question is on one of those tough topics that most people really don't like to consider, but from a legal perspective, what steps did you take to protect your business and your assets? Because this is really important.
Most definitely. So between that summer, the end of the summer 2021, going into the beginning of the new year 2022, I used that time to handle the business side of the business. So anybody that asks me, like, how do I start a business? How I start a clothing brand? Hey, get your EIN first, get the LLC, the business certificate. When it comes to the brand, you need like a surety bond to help. It's like a business license to sell clothes. And also get your logo trademark. All that is so important, because you don't know how big your brand is going to be, but it also goes back into your purpose and if this really for you. If you know this is something that is for you, you're gonna make sure you do everything to protect it before you start it. You know, because it can easily get taken away. If you know my brand finna be hard, okay, you need to protect it. You need to do the business sides first to make sure you're gonna be straight in the long run. You don't want to start making good quality product, and then when stuff start go sideways, I need to go ahead and handle this business side. So it's too late now. They already like it. They already trying to take it. You ain't even got time for it now because it's a process. It took me like almost a year to get my brand trademarked. So it just, so.
You know, that goes back to the original thing that you mentioned, is stepping back and taking a look at where you're at, where you're wanting to go. And this is literally a foundation for any business, is to make sure you're set up for success from the very, very beginning, and protecting what you're working on.
Yes.
Because when it does blow up to where you're foreseeing it, you want to make sure you got everything in place. So that's some knowledge that you just dropped right there. I appreciate that for sure.
And one other thing
a lot of young ones, especially young ones, they go ahead.
Another thing is educate yourself before getting into it, because it's plenty of people out here that's giving game and knowledge on the pros and the cons and what to do and what not to do. So you go into this business and not educate yourself, you're going to probably make the mistakes that all these other people out here saying don't make. So educate yourself before you even get into it, so you won't make certain mistakes. Granted, you still going to make certain mistakes, but prepare yourself for failure sometimes, because, you know, it just helps.
Yeah. And, you know, I hear this a lot when I'm at work, and it's something that sticks with me. You want to fail forward. You mentioned it previously in answering one of your questions. You can't be afraid to fail. Failing helps you to be able to learn and to grow. But I want to ask you this. So you mentioned educate yourself and learn from others that are successful. What resources, books, podcasts, or anything like that would you recommend to someone that is wanting to start a business or has a business that is needing to learn from others that are doing it well? What are you listening to, reading, that's inspiring you?
That's a great question. Starting my business, I read the book, what's it called? It's by Napoleon Hill. Rich. What's it called? Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich?
Yes. Think and Grow Rich. Something like that. It's along that line, yes. I read that book, and that book helped get my mind on the right track. If I didn't read that book, I feel like I would have went at the business a little sideways. Because you think you know everything until you read and educate yourself. You're like, dang, it's so much more out here to learn. Like, it's so much. So Napoleon Hill, for sure. Mentors I tap into is 19 Keys, Yaki Awakening, Wall Street Trapper, who else I'm forgetting? Mike Rashid, he's tapped in as well. That's just off the top of my head. Those guys right there, I listen to them really almost every day. And when it comes to my health, which is I'm very big in now, my health is so important to me, because now I'm able to think clearer. I'm able to focus even more. My attention span is longer. I'm healthier within. My vision with God is so clear. Like, my discernment. Oh my God, discernment. We need that when having a business, because you just need it. You just need it. So I highly recommend.
You're like, everything else just seems to work out the way you need it to.
Yes,
and you'll know, because people will doubt what you're doing, but when you put your trust in God, He'll show you, nah, this is what you're gonna do. Yes. This is for you. I got you.
Yes.
You know? I love it. Well, I got another question.
Okay.
This is on the future of Peerless Pressure and Devin Davis and what you have going on for your brand. Where do you see your business in the next few years, and what goals are you working towards currently?
That's such a hard question because life is so mysterious and I really don't know. Like, I really don't know. I can sit here and say, yeah, in the next 3 to 5 years, I see Peerless Pressure being on the billboards, one of the top luxury models. You know, I really don't know. But I do see that. I most definitely see that because the meaning behind my brand, not knocking nobody else's brand at all, but the meaning behind my brand is more than just, hey, this look good. Yeah, I'm 1 of 1. Like, it's more than that. You know, it's being your own person. And I feel like my brand is going to reach out to the ones, if you know, you know. When you tapped in, you tapped in. Because everything starts within. And I always hear, you are the brand. And the more I keep shining God's light through me, the more he's showing himself to me as well. And the quicker the brand is growing. I feel like by next year, my brand could be one of the top brands that people know in the U.S. for sure, because my mindset, my vision is there. And now I'm preparing myself for that. So I can say, yeah, next 3 to 5 years, but it might be next year. You know, just humbly speaking, but just being realistic and just having that discernment. And my connection with God, he's been showing me through dreams, just speaking to me. Like, it be so vivid. So I most definitely see the brand overcoming itself very soon in the near future. And for, what was the other question? What I have coming up next?
What goals are you working towards within your business?
So the next goal within the business is getting it on TV. It's a lot of different things that I have in motion to where me myself is going to be on TV. And I hate speaking on my blessings, because I feel like you can knock your blessings by speaking on it. But just a little hint. Most definitely seeing Peerless Pressure either on commercials, movies, series. That's most definitely the goal in the future as well.
I love it. Yeah, you gotta believe in yourself and dream big. Like, if you don't believe in what you're doing, who else is gonna believe in it? I love that. And I'm also with you on what you're doing, who else is gonna believe in it? I love that. I'm also with you on that. Sometimes you gotta work in silence and let
y'all end up hogging out.
Here we go.
My bad. I was looking at the messages and I don't know how it had swiped to the side. But yeah, one of the girls,
No worries.
one of the women, she had said
that. Just got a couple more questions before we wrap up.
Okay.
You already shared a really good book, so as part of my rapid fire questions. But this one is, are you a morning person or a night owl?
I'm really a night owl. And I'm trying to change that because I've changed my eating to the circadian rhythm. So I stopped eating around 9 or 10 o'clock. And I try not to really start eating again until noontime, at the peak of the sun. So I am so productive at nighttime. Like, I'm productive through the day, throughout the day, most definitely. But I love being by myself, tapping into myself, and working on my business at night, because that's when things is quiet, ain't too much going on. So at nighttime, that's when I'm able to pray, I'm able to meditate, I'm able to really get in my creative mode, tap into the business. I'm a content creator as well, so I'm editing videos and pictures almost every day. And the most time I have to do that is during nighttime. So nighttime is my time to get ahead. So sometimes I'll be up to 2 or 3 in the morning working, 4 in the morning working, it's like I can't stop because I be so excited and just be working. But I really want to like cut back on that and like set a bedtime to like 11 or 12 o'clock and kind of get up and start it. But I don't know. I really like working at night.
I love it. Sometimes you gotta be flexible. It looks like we do have a question from the comments, and it looks like it's from J Juice.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if the question is directed towards you. It may be, and it is: do you mentor your other young people who want to get into entrepreneurship? So, do you want to answer that question?
I mentor people that's serious. Now, I have people that ask questions, most definitely. But you have to be serious. If you just ask a question, oh yeah, I'm gonna throw you what you need to know. But going to the full extent of mentoring, you really have to show me that this is something that you really want. Like, you gotta lay me out a blueprint of your vision. You gotta tell me what's your goals, like who you really are. But yes, most definitely. One thing that God has spoke to me about 3 weeks to 4 weeks ago. He said, "I want you to serve. I want you to serve others." And that hit deep for me. So everything that I do now is not in convenience of myself. I'm thinking about others people, because how I can help build up, help or collaborate with somebody else so we can all eat. Like, that's one of my biggest things. Everybody eats. I want everybody to eat, because unity, especially in the Black community, we are so much stronger together than away from each other, because we are so powerful just within each other. So when we bring both our powers together, it's something beautiful. So I'm always trying to help others, because I'm still in the same position where I want to reach out to other people and want them to help me as well. So, yes.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great response. It's super important to pay it forward and to be a servant leader. And when you put people before yourselves, then you're going to be able to see yourself develop and grow. So I think that's a great mindset to have.
Yeah.
Don't see any other questions right now in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
You did mention one book that has greatly influenced your entrepreneurial journey, and that one was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Were there any other books that have been inspirational or influential in your entrepreneurial journey?
I'm also reading this book. It's called Message to the Black Man in America by Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I'm taking my time with that book. So I love reading books that I like to know more about myself. I'm so Black empowerment. I love, like right now I'm reading this book called Melanin by Dr. Africa, and just learning more about myself, tapping into myself, who I am, my ancestors, is so powerful. It's so powerful, because now I'm able to know the power that I have. We've been suppressed about who we really are for so long that we don't know who we are. We don't know how powerful we are. We don't know how intelligent we are. We don't know how strong we are. So, which hinders us and makes really it makes us go against each other, because now they put us at the bottom to where now we trying to climb back up to the top. So now we have this selfish mindset. We have this selfish act about one another to where I gotta get it first. No,
Yeah.
like we can get it together, and being around like-minded people, it just make everything more peaceful and more simple. So those books right there I'm tapping into is most definitely expanding my mind of who I am. And there's a couple other books. I'm really going blank right now. There's a couple other books that I've been tapping into, and it's also helping me with my vocabulary, helping me articulate my words a little bit better, speak more fluently at a flow state, especially when I'm in my podcast. Like, I'm able to just flow, just because everything comes out naturally. It's not thought about. It just comes from within. It's like God just speaking through me. Sometimes I can speak, and I learn something from myself. I learn from myself, and I'll be really appreciating it. So, yeah.
Definitely. Thank you for sharing that. And then one final question is, what is your favorite way to unwind after a busy day?
Listening to the mentors, the people that I was just naming. I love tapping into knowledge. I became a geek for knowledge, like no matter what it is. Because I remember my cousin telling me, like, we have everything at our fingertips. All we have to do is search it. So if you don't know something, search it. So every day to kind of like unwind, I love to listen to people that's very knowledgeable and inspiring, that's trying to help the masses in our community. I also love to meditate, to wind down and gather myself when I'm going through a tough time. I love to watch different series on Netflix or BET Plus to just help give me reassurance or confirmation, because I watch things that's kind of relatable to me. I don't watch nothing that's just like I'm just watching. No, I'm watching something that's very relatable, or I'm watching a documentary to just again help educate, stimulate the mind. Like, I'm always thinking. So I'm like, you thinking, you got a lot on your mind. I said, I'm always thinking, like, which a lot of people don't do. They don't think, which means they don't think for themselves, which means they don't know themselves, because you got to know thyself to know God. And I feel like that's what a lot of people lack in this day of time. So most definitely those two things. And sometimes I like to enjoy nature, just sit with nature, and hear frequencies. Like, I go to bed listening to frequencies so I can have better dreams, vivid dreams, restful sleep, and just be more at a calm state. Be more calm.
I love it. Well, I thank you so much, Devin, for taking the time to chat with me today and to share your story, not only with my audience, but also with those of your audience that were able to join in. There are people who are putting fire emojis, hearting it, as well as confirmation that they have seen your growth. So you're doing amazing things, you're impacting others, so keep doing that. And I really hope those that were able to tune in today felt inspired by this entrepreneurial spotlight. I want to continue to do this, and as I said in the very beginning, if you weren't on, don't hesitate to follow myself, don't hesitate to follow Devin. Please share our profiles with those that can benefit from what it is that we do. We would love to connect with you all and connect you with others that can help you to grow if you're an aspiring entrepreneur. So have a fantastic day and weekend. Be safe over the holidays, and I wish you all nothing but success. And thank you, Devin.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a great day, guys.
I want to throw out my information with the YouTube and also give thanks to Jasmine. Jasmine is on here, the one I was telling you about. She came up with the perfect meaning for the 3 zeros. She's on here.
101.
Yeah, she's on here. Paying homage to you, Jasmine. I truly appreciate you. But I would like for people to tap into my podcast channel called Get Right or Get Left. It's on my channel called Devupnext. You can get all my information in the bio of my main page. And then the website, Peerless Pressure 3 zeros .company site, that's in the bio as well. And then I'm also on Facebook, TikTok. Yeah. So yeah, get at me.
And it's so that you don't miss out on the gems that he shared today. I will be saving this live in my IGTV. So if you follow me, you'll be able to find it there. And if I figure out a way to send it to you, Devin, I'll send it over there to you so you can have it as well for your YouTube channel. Okay, and it'll be on mine as well. But there'll be different platforms y'all will be able to access this information. Thank you all again for tuning in. Thank you, Devin.
Yes,
got
ma'am.
Something else you want to add in there?
No, I was just saying I'm recording as well. I got my camera posted up, so I'm recording as well, and I'm gonna be putting it on my podcast channel. So, hey, you got multiple ways to get it.
You guys have a great day. I really appreciate all of you.
Bet. Thank you. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
You bet.
Bye.
All right. Hey, there you got it. There you have it, y'all. That was smooth. I really enjoyed the questions that she asked me. Yeah, it was smooth. I'm glad she asked me to do that. I'm glad she gave me that proposal. It's something I kind of wanted to do anyway. Very thankful for it. I hope y'all enjoyed the question that she did ask me and the answer that I gave. I hope it helped somebody that's in that state of confusion or misguidance. You know, if I help your vision to kind of clear up a little bit, hey, let me know. Put it in the comments, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. And let me know if there's anything else that y'all want to see me do, like what y'all want me to put on the channel or on the podcast channel. Yeah. Peace, love, and happiness. Appreciate the people that's tapping in. Couldn't be more thankful. Oh yeah, your boy hit 100 subscribers as well. So hey, I appreciate all my subscribers and the people that tapping in with your boy. I'm out. Hey!
But I'm in California hills, serving fiends, serving junkies, trying to flip a $250,000. Mill branching on apartments, now we riding foreign wheels, doing donuts in the parking lot. C12, we got a deal. So my plug, I'm finna cop a lot, so don't you try to skimp. Told my stepper, watch I spin the block, his ass a roadkill. Catching play just like I'm Stephen, steady digging through them bills. Bet not catch your ass loafing, bet I dumped the whole clip. Cardio switching like J's, I'm tryna cop me every pair. Masked up just like I'm Jason, we got bodies everywhere. My nigga wrecked the SRT and said fuck it, I got some better. Don't you play, I only hang around trappers and real go-getters. Out the truck, we added traffic, told the